Have any of you ever gone out, right? You got a group of friends that you're with, and you're pretty close with just about everybody in the group, but one of your friends brought an extra person, right? Now, they bring this extra person. Unfortunately, this person is super obnoxious, don't understand social cues, and quite honestly, is just an overall asshole, and is just not clicking well with the group. But the weird part about the entire situation is, even though you're making them feel as awkward as possible so they would just scurry along and go away, it's almost like the harder you push, the more hints you give them that they are not welcomed, they stay there. They just overstay their welcome. They won't leave. And in fact, sometimes they keep inviting themselves back. They even got the nerve to ask you, hey man, when's the next time we're all going to hang out? Now that friend, that I know everybody has dealt with that. And that friend that I'm describing is the perfect depiction of Hillary Clinton when it comes to politics. Not just the Democratic Party, but politics in general. Now this article dropped yesterday. And I totally forgot. I saw it, glanced over it, I laughed, and I forgot to report it yesterday because it was so funny. I'm like, man, I'm not entertaining this. But I had to, because I know y'all love laughing too. And all the serious stuff we got to talk about. I think that getting a good hearty laugh at Hillary Clinton every now and then won't hurt us at all. So The Hill just dropped an article that said, Hillary Clinton is out, but she won't be invisible. Yay, us. Let's get into the article. Hillary Clinton is officially out as a 2020 presidential candidate, but that doesn't mean she'll be invisible in the Democratic primary and the general election. They should add, much to the dismay of anyone who thinks they have an opportunity to win, because the moment she touches their campaign, the woman is like poison ivy. They're done. It should say that, but it doesn't, so I just went ahead and filled it in for him. So, continuing on, sources close to Clinton say the 2016 Democratic nominee, a legitimate nominee, will seek to be an active presence in the race by fundraising, working to unify a splintered party, and even making an endorsement when the time is right. There's a quote that says, "The trajectory is to do what she did in 2018 and more," said one longtime Clinton friend, adding that she is still figuring out the best ways to be helpful. "I think that she is in a position to help the party come together, depending on how things play out. That is something that she can do sooner than when she secured the nomination in 2016. If Democratic voters and activists start to coalesce around someone early, she can play an important role in bringing the candidates together around that individual." Now that sounds all cutesy and tutti frutti and kumbaya-ish and, rainbows and Lucky Charms and all that good stuff. It sounds great. But where the hell are they getting this information from? Where did they ever get the idea that somehow Hillary Clinton has the ability to unify anybody? Now, I don't want to seem too brash, too rude. I don't want to seem too presumptuous. So I'm not going to use my words to discuss it. I'm going to tell you about what Hillary Clinton did. Hillary Clinton, after the the general election that she had in the bag. I mean, she had a big old bag. Like, basically, the way for her to win this, all she had to do to win this election was throw a pebble into the ocean. But instead, she turned around and threw the pebble through her window and then blamed the kids next door. That's basically what happened in the general election. Now, after the general election was over and she suffered that humiliating loss, just to remind everybody, the poll says she had a 99% chance of winning. Let you know how much you should be listening to the polls. After that humiliating loss, remember Hillary Clinton came out with this book. It was called What Happened? Now, my friends and I had a good hearty laugh. Everybody, and us millennials, we have group chats. Some of you older folks might have it too, but I know us millennials have group chats. In these group chats, there are all kinds of inside jokes and all that good stuff. And one of the longest standing inside jokes amongst not only millennials, but everybody, is whenever someone starts off with when they start off the story with what had happened was, Don't believe shit that they say afterwards because it's bullshit. Now, although she didn't name her book, what happened was good enough. That was close enough because it still lived by the principles of what had happened was. You can't put what had happened was because we don't even know how to really spell what happened was, to be honest with you. But it works. It's an actual phrase, okay? When you name your book this, what had happened was, that's basically what we're going to start calling it now. You knew it was going to be BS. So what did she do in that book? Exactly what I said. Started spewing BS. She blamed Bernie Sanders. She blamed black people. She blamed white people. She blamed Republicans. She blamed Democrats. She blamed Donna Brazile. She blamed everybody. Pointed finger after finger after finger. She only got 10 fingers. But she used all of them to point at everybody she could. And then when she ran her fingers, she started using her toes. Now, the woman who was responsible for blaming everyone but herself after her humiliating loss is somehow the person that you want to bring into the picture to unify the party? Bruh, really? See, what's interesting about this is, yeah, this is Hillary's friend who said this. But I want to be clear about something. Nowhere in this article does it say, yo, the Democrats are clamoring for Hillary to come back into the picture. They know if they get caught anywhere in a room with Hillary Clinton, it's over for their campaign. They have a lot of idiotic consultants. But even their consultants are not that stupid. Okay? Kamala hired Clinton's whole team. And yet, we haven't seen a picture with her and Hillary together. Not recently, not since she's announced, not that I can recall. She could have invited Hillary to speak at her opening event, but she didn't. There's a reason for it. What happened? I thought Hillary won California. I thought she won Oakland and San Francisco. Why didn't you bring her? She would have been more than happy to speak at your event. But even her consultants know, hell nah. We're trying to win this election. By some of their actions, you wouldn't believe that, but they believe they're trying to win this election. Even Hillary's colleagues on Twitter and otherwise, like, look, man, we like Hillary, with her, all that good stuff, her turn, but y'all, nope, not again. Sorry, you had twice. You lost to a guy named Barack, and you lost to a orange peel with a toupee. Like, I know it sounds reasonable now that she could have or that Barack could have beaten her, but like at the time, you got beat by a guy named Barack Obama. We know how vain society can be. But even though Barack was a brilliant speaker, Hillary basically shot herself in the foot over and over again. It made it, because the whole campaign, it manifested as basically an offset of her personality. I'm with her, her, women. It was never about the United States. It was always about her projecting herself and her desires for herself and people who look like her specifically, because it wasn't about all women. I want to be very clear about that. And if you were following the campaign, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It was about her. And you lost to a guy named Barry Obama, and you lost to an orange pill who basically ran the campaign from Twitter. Like, if we're being honest. You blew through $900 million. And you think that you have your endorsement, once again, is cancerous. It will slowly kill a campaign. Ask Andrew Gillum. And on that note, thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you donate to our Patreon. The link is in the description below. And always remember, people, more than anything else, find your balance. Peace. Thank you for watching that segment of Mi Casa es Su Casa. Help us reach our goal of 500 patrons. You can do so by donating as little as $1 by clicking on the Patreon link in the description below. Don't forget, join us on Roku and JustNForm. You can follow us on Twitter and Facebook as well. And remember, more than anything else, find your balance. Peace.